Okay, I'm going to go over yesterday's daily assignment in case you got something incorrect and you're not sure why. The first two problems were to order the integers and absolute values. So first thing we have to do is make sure we figure out what all those absolute values actually are. So absolute value of 5 is 5, absolute value of 4 is 4, and absolute value of -1 is 1. So when we put them in order from least to greatest, looking at a number line, -1 is all the furthest to the left, so that one goes first. -1, we use that one. And then next we have 1, which is written as the absolute value of -1. So we want to put this back in place like that. Next. And then we have 4, which is written as the absolute value of 4. So we're going to write that like that. 5 is the absolute value of 5. And last we had 8. So that was the answer for the first one. And then the next one, so the absolute value of 2 is 2. Absolute value of 5 is 5. Absolute value of 3 is 3. So on the number line, furthest to the left is our 0. And then we have our 2. Make sure we put those absolute value signs there. Then we have our 3. Again, absolute value of 3. Let's fix that. Okay, absolute value of 3. And then we have 5. So we're going to do the absolute value of 5. And then our last number is 6. So that's the answer for the second one. So let's take a look at these operations that we have. Here's our absolute value of 18 minus 5. There's math to do inside the absolute value sign. So we're going to do 18 minus 5, which is 13. Bring down those absolute value signs so we double check. Absolute value of 13 is 13. So there's our final answer. Next one, we have 7 plus the absolute value of 12 minus 7. So we're going to look inside those absolute value signs and do that first. 12 minus 7 is 5. Still have to bring down those absolute value signs because we didn't check that yet. So we have 7 plus the absolute value of 5. Well, the absolute value of 5 is 5 plus 7 still needs to come down. 7 plus 5 is 12. So that's the answers for those two. And the next two, we have 4 times the absolute value of -12. So we need to figure out what the absolute value of -12 is, and that is 12. Bring down the times 4. 4 times 12 is 48. And the last one says 32 divided by the absolute value of 6 plus 2. So we're going to look at the math inside the absolute value signs there. 6 plus 2 is 8. Still bring down the absolute value signs so we can think about that. 32 divided by the absolute value of 8. Well, the absolute value of 8 is 8. So we have 32 divided by 8. And the answer to that is 4. That's the answer for those two.